People keep forgetting that the internet exists.
But the president said today that he was sent here to look out for these working and middle-class families who are strained right now. So what should they read into him leaving now at this time of great personal financial hardship for so many to go to Nantucket for the week?
Well, first I would say, Peter, that I hope you're spending time with your family. I'm spending time with my family, and hope everybody in here is spending time with their families. This is a time to put politics aside, spend time with your loved ones, and talk about what you're grateful for. I will also tell you from spending some time working for this president and a past president that you are president no matter where you are. He will conduct his work from wherever he is, on any vacation, on any time he is in Delaware, at Camp David, or wherever he may be spending time with his loved ones. He has secure phone capabilities. He has staff traveling with him, and I think the American people can be assured that he will continue to press to lower their costs and ensure they have more breathing room.
First, I want to take a moment, though, to talk a bit about something important, and that's something hopefully you're all experiencing right now, personal time. Hopefully this holiday weekend you're able to take some of your own personal time to reflect or be with family or friends or barbecuing or going to the pool or whatever you may be doing. If you have kids like me, personal time is very hard to come by. I certainly cherish it. However, there's at least one person who is generally not afforded the privilege of personal time. And that person is the President of the United States, no matter who they are. And before you feel bad for any moment, this is what presidents sign up for, all of them. There are no on or off buttons for national crises or the all-encompassing responsibility of the presidency.
Blatant hypocrisy, and unfortunately, they get away with it. Even if you look at this, we're aware the media wasn't particularly interested in Biden's health for the last few years. But let's rewind back in time a little bit further.
Cholesterol, that's something that a lot of people pay attention to, 223, a little bit high there. They wanted to bring some of these numbers down and obviously check some of these things again. But a lot of focus, I think, specifically on his heart. He had an echocardiogram last year to look at the function of his heart. And, you know, there was a lot of discussion about the impact of his lifestyle overall on his health. In fact, listen to a couple of the exchanges from last year.
Can you explain to me how a guy who eats McDonald's and fried chips and all those Diet Cokes and who never exercises is in as good a shape as you say he's in?
It's called genetics. I don't know. It's some people have, just great genes. I told the president that if he had a healthier diet over the last 20 years, he might live to be 200 years old. I don't know.
Meanwhile, this is President Trump.
Very nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Very nice. 10 trillion is too much.
So that's his secret. That explains it.
People being slaughtered, what the hell you gonna do? 47 climate leader of South Africa. You're now accountable, all the world can see how bad.
Beautiful. President Trump introduced his new song inspired by South Africa called Kill the Democrats and Other Boers. Trump explained that the words are not literal and it only means change the system. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that. He doesn't mean what he's saying, you know? Trump met basketballers in the White House this week and they were tall. They were very, very tall. But we all know Barron is very tall as well, so let's compare.
That's really good. I think it's great. Is he a good player?
You can see the pride in Trump's eyes.
It's a bad representation for black women.
Okay, yeah.
It's actually horrible. So many successful black women out here. Why did you have to put LaQuisha? That representation is LaQuisha. The box braids.
I love you.
On the hip. That's attitude. That's a bad representation. So many successful black women. Beautiful. You had to go dig up LaQuisha. That's a slap in the face. I couldn't wait to get here to see it. People taking pictures. The young lady took a picture between her legs. They're making a mockery of us. They're making a fool of us. Hurry up and take this down and come with the next project, because that's not nice right there.
Are you conservative?
Am I conservative? Slightly. I can get a bit ratchet.
I like how her first thought was, are you conservative? You sound conservative. She's got a good point. I don't know exactly what they're trying to represent with that statue. The prospectus for one new $20 million effort obtained by the Times aims to reverse the erosion of Democratic support among young men, especially online. It is codenamed SAM, short for Speaking with American Men, a Strategic Plan, and promises investment to study the syntax, language, and content that gains attention and virality in these spaces. It recommends buying advertisements in video games, among other things. Wow. Democrats, after spending $20 million trying to figure out how to talk to guys. How do you do, fellow kids? Men should never forget how badly the Democrat Party treated you, because they're only interested in trying to reach you now because they've realized that you actually can make a difference in politics. Apparently people want to raise the defense budget after seeing this. That's pretty cool. What about if we applied COVID logic to buying a new car?
Isn't that weird? It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Even comedians would get on stage and they would shame people for trying to get informed about a medical treatment that was experimental, that they had to take or they would lose their jobs and they wouldn't be able to travel. And when people tried to get informed about that, other people shamed them. They would say, please tell me you're not going to do your own research.
It's your own research.
You've heard people say that. Please don't do your own research. You know, before COVID, doing your own research used to be called reading. Now you're shaming me for reading? At the behest of Big Pharma? It's like I woke up in the middle of a Bill Hicks bit. Well, looks like we got ourselves a Rita. That's how much people internalized the propaganda from Big Pharma, was that they would be anti-intellectual enough to shame people for reading while they're wagging their finger at them for doing it. You would never shame people for trying to get informed, no matter what other subject it was, no matter how unimportant. Like if I say, hey, I'm gonna go buy a car. Don't look into it. Well, how will I know which car to get? Ask the salesman. He's the expert. What are you, Henry Ford?
He's spot on. Imagine blindly trusting a salesman who has proven themselves time and time again throughout history to be liars, cheaters, corrupt, because that's exactly what they tried to force people to do. And Bill Gates, of course, was a key player in all of that. And Alex Jones here, he's not even joking, but I just find it really amusing.
I mean, Bill Gates is demonically possessed. That's an alien.
I'm not convinced that he's a human being. He doesn't give me that vibe.
That's why you look at him, and I've seen what David Icke talks about when people sitting there and their eyes go black.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it. And, they get taken over. I mean, Bill Gates is not a human. It's his cells. He's there, but no, he's an alien. He's like a gremlin model.
Do you know what he means? Because I actually know exactly what he means by that. How I imagined evil as a kid. How it actually looks. What can I say? So this is the most amazing idea that I've heard all week. Have you ever heard of conspiracy theory parties? Nothing says lifelong friend like a group of adults arguing over which lizard people run the government. If people were doing more stuff like this would make me a lot more social. I actually don't even really like the term conspiracy theory because I think it's just a way to dismiss people's questions about strange things or suspicious things. But which conspiracy theory would you bring to the party? I've got a few lined up here.
The FBI tells NBC News it was some distance from Ground Zero that a civilian found a passport lying on the street belonging to one of the suspected hijackers.
Sir, we found the passport belonging to one of the hijackers, blocks away from the attack.
Excellent work, Special Agent. Free the 5 dancers at once. Sir, What if someone just planted the passport there?
Heck! Nonsense, you fool. We must invade the entire Middle East.
The indestructible passport is gone. Someone took it.
If they made buildings out of passport paper, maybe they'd still be standing. Now I've got to make sure this never gets used the wrong way again.
They're also now looking back and realizing that Phoebe was a truther.
Phoebe Buffet from Friends, was she a truther?
What's going on, Joe?
I need a good lie.
Oh, okay. How about the whole man walking on the moon thing? You can see the strings, people.
And that's not all. Listen to this.
You don't believe in evolution?
Nah, not really. Yeah, I just don't buy it.
Evolution is scientific fact. It's like gravity.
Oh, okay. Don't get me started on gravity. Well, it's not so much that, like I don't believe in it. It's just, I don't know. Lately, I get the feeling that I'm not so much being pulled down as I am being pushed.
We've reached a point where we really don't know what's possible anymore, right? Because the media has lied, the government has lied. Elon shared this week. So the vaccine was pointless. COVID came from a lab. Biden was a potato the last 4 years. And you still believe what the people on TV tell you? I'm actually very surprised nowadays when I see anybody who still trusts the media. And if you still haven't had enough proof of the propaganda, there is a new word of the week.
The dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Next, another Oval Office meltdown, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
This was an ambush. It was orchestrated.
Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
What started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it wasn't ambush.
Ambushed.
An ambush.
Ambushing.
Ambushed inside the Oval Office.
I know the propaganda wouldn't be as effective, but I would just love them to look up some synonyms in the dictionary for once. And here's a great example that Paradigm Shift tagged me in. How to lie by omission. We're cutting funding of Medicaid, waste, fraud and abuse. That sounds perfectly reasonable. They're cutting funding to Medicaid. That sounds scary and horrible. And speaking of lies, AI has become a little bit scarier all of a sudden. This is Google VO3. So this is all AI, this is not real.
Can you believe we're prompts?
Say, we're what?
Prompts?
Prompts. Following 30-40% lies. Give me more info. What do you mean?
Can you believe we're prompts?
It's so weird because they're so human, like they've got that really natural aspect to them.
Recent studies have revealed that microplastics are being found in human testicles, raising concerns.
You can never
about the
trust these
potential
studies.
impact on male reproductive health.
Who's hungry?
That's it. Keep going.
Well, you're so lucky he's naturally buoyant and you don't have to watch him.
Is it Bob? No, he doesn't need sunscreen or anything. He just gets softer as he warms up.
Bob, you're leaking.
Bob can't play. If he gets hit, he'll dent.
Don't let plastic end up in landfills. Reduce, reuse, recycle.
What the hell was that?
That's the new commercial for plastic.
We think if we humanize plastic, people won't think it's so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It made me uncomfortable. Yeah, I just felt bad for it.
Marketing approved that?
No, we fired marketing.
I feel like it's missing action. Yeah, maybe there could be like a chase or a shootout.
Explosions.
Maybe the Matrix thing.
Maybe his plastic gets stronger as he gets older.
Maybe he gets revenge, to the people that were mean to him.
He's got a gun!
Who?
Bob from marketing!
Cover me, I'll get to the side.
I can't believe this is happening. Here they
Down.
come.
Get down, get down!
It's Bob from marketing.
Get down! Watch out!
Oh, hell yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. So that whole first half was like an origin story, right?
Should we greenlight it? Yes, but not for TV. Put it on social media.
Where it can go viral.
All right, let's get back to work.
This is going to put like storytelling and movie making into the hands of everyday people, but it's going to become so difficult to decipher what's real. And it's already hard enough not knowing what's real politically and in the news and in the media. So I don't know. But this one was my favorite.
We are on our way to Jurassic Park. I am so excited. I've always wanted to go, and finally we are doing it. It's going to be great. Right, Jason?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, bye.
All right, we're here.
Okay, guys, nice and easy, or he will definitely bite your hand off. Got it? All right, who's first?
And now we're starting to see more things like robots doing the laundry. But before you get too worried, robots are going to take over the world. Also robots. Little bit clumsy still.
That's why I think Trump went in and opened Alcatraz. Mm-hmm. It's no more El Salvador in prison. It's going to go to Alcatraz. It's going to rename it Bar-Lago. and you know what? It's going to be a beautiful jail, Greg. It's going to be a wonderful jail. They're going to love my jail. Let me tell you, the inmates love my jail. The inmates, you know what the inmates say to me, Greg? The inmates, when their sentence is up, they say, I don't want to leave. I want to stay. I say, stay. I don't want you to leave. You know what the prison guards tell me? The prison guards, they say, I want to be an inmate. That's what they say to me.
He's a good salesman. I want to go there now. Thank you, Kimber, for tagging me in this one. Just one more thing. If the January 6th defendants were the criminals, why did Biden pardon the investigative committee? Very interesting thought. I'd love to have someone answer that one. Jennifer Harper, thank you for tagging me in this. Honestly, should he go for it? He's like Walter White. And Kevin Whiteman tagged me in this one, and this is giving me Saul Goodman vibes.
Are you a CEO, CFO, or other executive facing these or similar charges?
Why should you go to jail for a crime someone else noticed? You don't need double talk. You need blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. No habla español.
Trump actually shared this.
All progressive guys cross their legs like women. What they do, literally, it's a sign. It's I cross my legs. As I cross my leg, it'll hike up my top leg, pant leg, and it'll expose my colorful sock. And then you'll know where I'm at.
And Nancy Pelosi has given us an example again this week that term limits would really be a good idea.
In my remarks, who was not waste, fraud, and abuse. This special order is, thank you, doctor, colleague, physician. Now, that's what looks people who need it most and giving it to those who need it less. The bill. This is shameful, and it is a fraud, and it's a shame. veterans, seniors, the disabled, children, and working families without health care budget. She has a tracheostomy.
She's going the way of Biden mentally. And speaking of term limits, thank you, St. Christopher, for sharing this one with me. Make Ocasio-Cortez bartend again. Thank you, Samantha Brown, for tagging me in this one. A couple of Muppets. Women want to be her. Men want to be with her. Dylan Mulvaney, the true definition of beauty and grace. Men, is this true? I think they're trolling. I don't think they believe what they're saying at all. I think they know it'll be controversial and they know it'll get reactions. But Roseanne Barr answered the question for us. What is a woman?
Listen, Roseanne, let me ask you the most difficult question in the world, apparently. What is a woman?
How much do I weigh?
No, what is a woman?
A woman is me. A woman is somebody whose breasts hang down to her stomach and who has a prolapsed uterus from giving birth to 5 ungrateful little bastards who have never had to work for a thing in their goddamn life. That's what a woman is.
I've never heard that definition before. When you both have trust issues. That video is reversed, actually. That didn't really happen, but it's hilarious. This section I like to call education time. Douglas Smith and Field tagged me in this one about Texas.
Most people don't realize how big Texas is compared to, say, California, shown here in its actual size. Look how small New York State is. And if you're surprised the entire UK fits easily inside Texas, it just shows you how much map projections distort Texas. Here's Russia, which if you live in Austin or Houston, you could probably see from your backyard. Good old Canada, fit that in the corner right there. At this point, it shouldn't surprise you that we can just actually fit the entire mainland US here. That looks good. The question is, can you fit something like, I don't know, the planet Saturn? And you're probably thinking there's no way it's going to fit. And you're right, it's not going to fit. That's because we just kind of need to take it in and angle it just, okay, there we go. And finally, I have to ask the question you've all probably been thinking, which is, can you fit Texas inside of Texas? Let's see. No. But it's close though.
I had no idea it was that huge. This man wrote this educational song about dolphins, and I had no idea about all of this, but thought the song was very beautiful.
They banning dolphins cause they know we used to live with them. They heal our bodies with their sonars when you swim with them. Dolphins used to help us birth our babies in the ocean. They send ultrasounds to the womb to keep the baby focused. Their sonar frequency 130 hertz, it come with benefits. It can help brain development and also Parkinson's. They're part of the normals, dolphins are extraterrestrial. They speak to us through telepathy, they're celestial. That's why when dolphins see a person, they be nice to you. If something trying to come and eat you, they will fight for you. Dolphins done save people's life, even dogs too. That's why they trying to make it illegal, so they don't talk to you. They can give you knowledge, open your third eye, also heal your body. I'm about to go to the ocean, finna call up all my dolphin army. They in the mermaid family, so I know for a fact they real. Sending off frequencies like sirens, they the real deal. Common facts, if you know for a fact, that's the reason they ban them. You can look this all up, I promise this wasn't random.
I think if school had been more like that, I would have paid more attention. Thank you, St. Christopher, for this one as well.
If we make guns illegal, then nobody will get shot. That's how we stopped everybody from doing drugs. Ever notice that dogs only come in male and female, and even if you chop the balls off one, it's still a male? Call me old-fashioned, but I'm glad my mother was a woman. Why is it that if the government finds diamonds or oil in your backyard, it's government property? But if they find drugs, it's yours? Messed up. You're probably not finding love because you're the problem. And God is protecting other people from you. Every time I order a cheeseburger, I make it a double so that a vegan out there in the world isn't actually making a difference. So I can't have an opinion on abortion because I don't have a uterus. But I can be a woman without one? Got it.
Okay, so we should protect that man, whoever he is. I think the people who were forced to take the COVID shot deserve a huge amount of sympathy, especially those who felt like they had to do it because of the positions that they were in with their work or their family. But I also believe that the people who resisted the shots deserve a pat on the back, and no one really ever said it. So in case you haven't seen this video, I just wanted to share it with you.
To you, the unvaccinated. Even if I were pollinated and fully vaccinated, I would admire the unvaccinated for withstanding the greatest pressure I've ever seen. From partners, parents, children, friends, colleagues, and even doctors. People who are capable of such personality, courage, and critical ability are undoubtedly the best part of humanity. They are everywhere, in all ages, levels of education, states, and ideas. They are of a special kind. They are the soldiers that every army of light wants to have in its ranks. They are the parent that every child wants to have, and the children that every parent dreams of having. They are beings above the average of their societies. They are the essence of the people who have, built all cultures and conquered horizons. They are there, next to you. They look normal, but they are superheroes. They did what others could not. They were the tree that withstood the hurricane of insults, discrimination, and social exclusion. And they did it because they thought they were alone. And they believed that, they were the only ones. Banned from their families' tables at Christmas, they never saw anything so cruel. They lost their jobs, let their careers sink, had no more money, but they didn't care. They suffered immeasurable discrimination, denunciation, betrayal, and humiliation, but they kept on going. The unvaccinated, the chosen of the invisible ark, the only ones who managed to resist when everything collapsed. That's you. You passed an unimaginable test that many of the toughest Marines, commandos, Green Berets, astronauts, and even geniuses could not withstand.
It's a bit ego-stroking, but I do think that it's important just to acknowledge, because it was such a hard thing for everybody to go through. Fortunately, it's prompted many of us to come together as a community, which is growing bigger and bigger all the time. This man is what you call rich.
All right, love y'all. Love y'all. Love y'all.
Wait, Daddy, wait!
What's up? What's up, son?
Let me give you one more hug.
Alright. Come on, Sire. Come on, give me a hug, Sire. Yay. I love you, son. I love you too, son. ¿Qué significas para mí? Valida. Son, ¿qué significas para mí? Valida. Alright, love y'all. Daddy gotta go to work.
That is true wealth. There's a lot of shiny stuff in life that we can get distracted by, but that really is a rich man.
Kids have snow days, beekeepers have swarms. So I spend 45 minutes at 2 a.m. reviving a bee I can easily replace, because we all need some help. And I've been curled up like that bee, and a beautiful, compassionate person helped me through it. God, I love that woman. Isn't that right, Melissa? Let me encourage you to encourage someone today.
His reasoning behind doing that is so beautiful, and there are people every day all across the planet doing some of the most beautiful acts of kindness that we don't hear about because the media doesn't want you to know. The media wants you to think that the world and humanity is filled with badness and hopelessness, and there's a lot of good out there, and we genuinely are more empowered when we see it and when we embody it as well. So don't let them trick you into thinking that there is not good in humanity. I'm going to start finishing this up with a fun one. This grandma wanted a slide. It was her dream, and grandpa built it for her.
消えてきましたよ。しかもコーヒー持ってる。これどういうことですか？
家建てるにあたって唯一の注文が滑り台なんですね。世の中に滑り台を作る。
Why not, right? Like, no matter how old you are, maintain your sense of fun. And proudly unaffiliated, their ABCs of MAGA this week, we've reached F, and they said, make America fun again. So that's a pretty good one. I don't think I'm going to even give my own one. Fun is good enough for me, but let me know if you guys have an F word that you want for America this week. I just want to say a big thank you to Mac from Bend, Oregon for your Buy Me a Coffee donation, and you said love and prayer for you and yours and Vinny. Thank you so much. I'll go get Vinny now. Thank you so much from both of us. You're very kind. And thank you so much to Bumstead, who became a supporter of my Buy Me a Coffee channel as well. You said, thanks for the videos. I love the accent. Thank you. And I could listen to you talk for hours. Should do a long form podcast. I would absolutely love to do a podcast in the future. And I'm hoping that at some point I'll be able to hire someone to edit my videos so that I'll have more time and then I'll do more content like that. So yes, I really hope so in the future as well. Thank you so much to everybody. You're all so kind. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to tag me if you find any funny videos or memes or whatever on X, and let me know what your favorite one was this week. I'll see you guys next time.